What's up, everyone? Okay, so today I'm going to talk to you about B. Brittany is somebody I used to work with at Starbucks. Okay, this might get a little bit emotional for me because this person did something kind for me when they didn't have much in the first place, but they still, at a very weak point in my life, they made a difference for me. In one day, it gave me more hope. What was happening was that so this was like 5 years ago. I worked at Starbucks for 4 years, and I started working at Starbucks because I had a salary job, and I got really really sick, and I couldn't do my job anymore. And I didn't just be like, oh, I can't do this anymore. Like it took a period of like 6 months, and I had to accept that I just could not do the job I had anymore. I was too sick, so I had to quit. And I got a job at Starbucks because I knew that I would be able to, I don't know, change things. I would be able to work less and get on treatment. Because the thing is, treatment makes you more sick. So I had to work to get the bills paid, but in order to do the treatment, I had to not work. So how did I do that, you know? So I got a job at Starbucks because I knew that it had more flexibility. My old job, I couldn't be off for a week. I couldn't, lower my hours. It was all the time, constantly. And Starbucks allowed me more flexibility. I actually knew what time I was going to get off. But anyway, long story short, times are kind of tough. And I was also living with, an ex-girlfriend. And we weren't together anymore. But it was really complicated because her family was not good. And it was kind of a choice of, okay, she can either live where I live for another year or so and give her time to change things, and move out and figure her stuff out, or she can live back with abusive people. So it was really really messy, and it was tough, honestly. Like, I was stuck with this crippling disease, and I had to work in order to exist, to pay the bills. And my home situation was really traumatic and kind of intense. And one of those days where I don't remember if I was on treatment or not, but what I would do is I would just kind of I minimized all of my expenses, so I had as little as possible so that I could work less, so that I could do treatment. But there was one day where I kind of revealed what was going on in my life to Brittany, and she was one of the other partners at Starbucks, and she's been working there for 10 years. So I'll tell you a bit more about her in a second. But in that one day, she invited me over to have dinner with her family that day, and then she gave me $100, and it's hard for me to talk about this because it was at a point in my life that was so hard. It was really tough, and knowing that her family's not wealthy, they didn't really have money to give away, but they still gave that to me to make my life better. It was amazing to me that somebody would do that. Sorry. But I want to do this video because B is such an awesome person. She's really a really really talented artist, and she has this Patreon. And it's really fledged. It's not just something where it's give her money every month. It's she actually will work with you and do things for you when you just check out the website. But so Brittany was one of the partners who I worked with at Starbucks, and I related to her because she was there out of necessity. So when she was younger, she went off to college. And then some shit went down with her family. And she and her sister basically came home to support her mother and father because they were unable to support. Long story. But basically, her and her sister provide for her family. And so she's kind of stuck in the job that she has at Starbucks, which Starbucks isn't a bad job, but when you do it for 10 years and you have so much talent to be doing other things that make you happy and fulfill you, she's kind of trapped. And she's going to get out. I know she will. But if any of you would check, if you can help, that would mean the world to me. Like, she is such an amazing person and really deserves to be able to just do the art that she loves without having to go to Starbucks every day and work. Like, Starbucks isn't bad, but like, she is stuck there. And like, she is still like, what I respect about her is that even though she has some intense life stuff that, means she has to provide for the people that are supposed to provide for you, she still finds time to be artistic and to look at the world in an artistic way. And like, art is like her life. Like, it's how she deals with everything. And I really, really respect that. And I want to do anything that I can to help her find the people who allow her to do what she loves every day, because she deserves that, like, so much more than I think all people deserve to be happy. But it's one thing when somebody who's wealthy, gives you some money. That doesn't really change much for them. They're not really sacrificing anything to help you out. But when somebody who is in hardship themselves helps you, when it might hurt them a little bit, that is amazing to me. Like, that is so incredibly rare. All right, so check out her Patreon. You can find links in the description, and pledge, even if it's like $1. That would be awesome. Like, seriously, it would mean the world to me to know that, like, I'm helping in some way, because Brittany is an amazing person, and like, her Patreon's like fully fledged. Like, there's tons of information there, and she posts regularly, and she's been doing it for a while. She takes it seriously. Yeah. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. Catch you later. Ciao.